In a world full of noise, most men still don't hear the most important things. They hear her laugh, her compliments, her playful teasing, but they miss the real signal. They miss the moment when her walls lower, when her soul gently leans forward, and she says softly, sometimes in words, sometimes in breath, "I feel safe with you." That's not small talk. That's not flirting. That's the door. We are trained as men to look for the loud signs. We're told that passion is obvious, that desire is fire. But here's the truth. A woman's true desire doesn't shout. It flows. It shows up in how she stays after the laughter, in how she puts her phone down when you speak, in how she touches her hair when your eyes meet hers, in how she slowly opens her world to you. Not because you demanded it, but because you earned it, because you were present, because you were calm, because your silence was louder than her fears. The Stoics taught us to govern ourselves before we try to influence others, to know the weight of our words, to master our impulses, to not be ruled by desire, but to understand it, to channel it like a river, not let it flood like a storm. So many men want her body, but they're terrified of her depth. They want her skin, but fear her soul. A woman feels that. She knows when you're only there for the surface. She can sense the man who chases validation, not connection. She knows the man whose confidence is just a costume, and she walks away. But when you show up, not as a beggar, not as a performer, but as a man at peace with himself, she feels it. She won't need flowers. She won't need poetry. She won't need you to be perfect. She'll feel the way your gaze is firm, not hungry. The way your touch is grounded, not greedy. The way your silence holds her, more than words ever could. And in that space, she'll say the one thing that opens her completely. "I feel safe with you." You see, intimacy for a woman, it's not about how strong your body is. It's about how soft your presence is. Can you hold her storm? Can you let her fall apart without trying to fix her? Can you stay when she's vulnerable, messy, raw? That's what creates real attraction. Because the truth is, a woman doesn't want a man who wants her body. She wants a man who can be trusted with her heart. And then she will give you her body, not as a prize, not as a transaction, but as a gift, a surrender, a sacred offering. The Stoic doesn't chase, he aligns, he doesn't react. He responds. He doesn't demand. He becomes deserving. He becomes so grounded in self-respect, so full in his own life, that when he meets her, he doesn't try to possess her. He invites her. He gives her space to feel, to rest, to trust. And in that space, she whispers, "I don't know what it is about you, but I feel calm." That's her heart speaking. That's her soul leaning in. That's desire without desperation. You've heard it wrong your whole life. You thought she'd say, "I want to sleep with you." But instead she says, "I want to talk to you all night. I can be myself with you. I've never felt this kind of peace before. I don't feel judged with you. I feel like I can just let go." That's what a woman says. When she's ready to melt into you, that's her version of, "Take me." But only if you are steady enough to hear it, only if you are slow enough to sense it, only if your mind is quiet and your heart is awake. You don't need lines, you don't need tricks, you need presence, discipline, stillness. Because when you become a safe place, you become the space where love grows, where desire flows, where a woman can open herself fully, not because you chased her, but because you gave her a reason to stay. So remember this, when she says, "I feel safe with you," you've already touched her in the deepest way a man can, and everything else comes naturally. She won't always say it with words. She won't always confess it in the ways you were trained to expect. But when a woman feels ready to surrender to you, when she feels that powerful magnetic pull toward you, she will say something, and it will sound simple, innocent, unremarkable to the untrained ear. But to the Stoic man, to the man who has mastered himself, it will sound like the loudest music. It will sound like, "I don't know why, but I trust you." Understand this. Women are not looking for men who impress them. They are looking for men who hold them, not with hand, but with presence, not with promises, but with consistency. She doesn't melt for the strongest body, she melts for the strongest spirit, because the body is temporary. The spirit, that's eternal. When a woman wants to get close to you, when she is thinking about you in ways she doesn't dare to say aloud, when she imagines what your arms would feel like around her at 2 a.m., when her mind wonders how your breath would feel against her bare shoulder, she doesn't say, "Come over." She says, "I feel so comfortable with you," or "I feel like I can tell you anything." Because intimacy for her is first emotional. Physical desire is the flower, but emotional trust is the soil, and only a wise man knows how to cultivate that soil without rushing. The impatient man rushes in. He pushes, he forces, he demands signs. He asks, "Do you like me? Are you attracted to me?" He suffocates the very mystery that love requires. But the Stoic man, he moves slower. He listens harder. He watches not just her words, but her energy. He is not desperate to touch her body. He is patient enough to touch her soul first, because he knows, when you touch a woman's soul, her body follows willingly, beautifully, naturally. A woman's body holds memories, not just of pleasure, but of betrayal, of disappointment, of being used. She carries silent scars you cannot see, walls she built long before you arrived, fears whispered to her by old ghosts. So when she says, "I feel like I can be myself around you," she's not making casual conversation. She's giving you the keys to her inner world. She's inviting you to places most men will never be allowed to enter. Most men only meet her body. Few meet her spirit. Fewer still are trusted with her vulnerability. If you are wise, you will understand the honor she offers you. If you are foolish, you will mistake her softness for weakness, and you will lose her forever. You want her to open up to you? You want her to crave your presence? Then stop performing. Stop chasing. Stop hunting. Start building. Build your silence. Build your patience. Build your discipline. When you stop rushing toward her, when you stop seeking approval, you become magnetic, because a woman craves the man who does not need her, but chooses her with strength. Epictetus taught, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Her reaction is beyond your control. Her attraction is beyond your control. Her desire, you cannot manufacture it. You can only invite it. You become a man who offers freedom, freedom from judgment, freedom from pressure, freedom from manipulation. In that freedom, she finds herself drawn to you, not out of need, but out of trust. And that is the highest form of intimacy. One night, you'll be sitting next to her, maybe talking about nothing, maybe sharing a silence so deep, even the stars feel closer. And she'll look at you, not with fear, not with caution, but with surrender. Her eyes will soften, her breathing will slow. She'll move closer, not because you pulled her, but because her heart pushed her. And she'll say, almost shyly, "It feels so easy to be around you." That's it. That's the moment. That's when she's telling you, "I want you, I trust you, I feel safe enough to give you all of me." Most men will never hear these words because they are too loud to hear silence, too impatient to feel slow trust building, too needy to be strong enough to wait. But you are not like most men. You are the stillness she seeks after a lifetime of noise. You are the grounded presence she aches for after a world of shallow promises. You don't chase love. You attract it by being love itself, calm, strong, patient, free. So remember, when a woman says, "I feel safe with you," don't take it lightly. When a woman says, "I feel safe with you," don't take it lightly. In that simple phrase, she's offering you everything. Her laughter, her body, her fears, her dreams, her forever. Be the man who listens, and you'll have her soul. Long before you have her body, and once you have her soul, you have all of her, forever. Stay still, stay grounded, stay worthy. In the end, A woman doesn't fall in love with your looks, or your status, or your perfect words. She falls in love with how she feels in your presence, with the calm you bring to her chaos, with the way you see her, without trying to change her. So remember this: be the man she feels safe around. Be the quiet strength in a world full of noise. Be the peace she never thought she'd find in a man. Because when you stop trying to impress her and simply be a safe space for her soul to rest, she'll choose you, not out of fear, not out of need, but out of something deeper: trust. Live like the Stoics taught, grounded in yourself, free from neediness, powerful in your stillness. If this message resonated with you, if you felt something shift inside you, then don't just scroll away. Subscribe to the channel. Join a brotherhood of men becoming more, not louder, but deeper, not desperate, but disciplined, not chasing women, but attracting them through peace. See you in the next one, and until then, stay grounded, stay free, stay legendary.